So, chapter 36, business failure. So when we talk about business failure, this occurs as a business, when the business can't continue further in its operation, then there's a failure. So this could be a collapse. This could be a business going to becoming bankruptcy. And there are different reasons why a business could fail. There are internal causes and external causes. So when we talk about internal causes, we're talking about things that happens within the business. So example is one, poor management of cash. When I talk about poor management of cash, it means a business or the managers of the business are unable to understand how to manage the cash flow of a business. There are different reasons why a business will not be able to manage its cash flow. One, investing too much in fixed assets. So when you buy so much assets, it's taking money away from the business. And this could even affect especially businesses that are just coming up. A new business is not supposed to spend so much on assets. It could be better for that business to get a lease agreement. So you spend less so that you can use the money you have with you to still run your normal revenue expenditure. Because as a new business, you won't have a cash inflow like an existing business. Is it clear? Two, allowing too much credit. You don't give your customers a lot of credit comfort. You don't. Because when they are comfortable, they won't pay back. And this could affect your business. So what do? You try to pressurize them so that they pay back. Because if they don't pay back, you need to still run the business borrowing. So some businesses fail because they allow so much credit and they don't pressurize debtors to come pay back. Three, over borrowing. So businesses have access to take loans and they use that opportunity to take different kind of loans which will increase their debts, which might become a failure to their business if they are unable to pay back.
Yeah.
They lose the business. Maybe the lenders could take up their business. They go into administration. Seasonal factors. A business could fail because its products are only sold in certain period of the time, in certain period in a year. So they might not be able to maintain expenditure for the rest of the year because they don't have inflow. External factors. When we talk about external factors, we're not talking about external causes. We're talking about external factors in internal causes. So here we're talking about consumer taste and preference, which might result to a business not having more revenue, which may make it to fail. Poor financial management. Inexperience managing cash or poor understanding of the way cash flow into and out of a business may lead to cash flow problems. Some businesses would employ managers that don't know how to, maintain cash flow. Mm-hmm. As a result of this, they run out of cash every now and then, and this could become a problem for the business. Overestimating sales. Forecasting future sales is very difficult. It's a very difficult process. Some businesses fail because they hold on to too many stocks due to purchase or due to predictions about sales. So some businesses would fail basically because they try to predict the future sales. They feel, in the future, there's going to be a lot of sales. So they keep a lot of stocks, mm-hmm. which they are unable to sell later on. And this could become a failure for the business.
Yeah.
Overtrading. When we talk about overtrading, this occurs when a business tries to invest so much on different projects without having that fund. You want to fund a lot of projects with less amount of money. That is overtrading. You are doing more. You are biting more than what you can chew. That's a failure. Poor inventory control. When we talk about poor inventory control, this simply means that the business is unable to understand when to keep stocks, when not to keep stocks, and the kind of stocks it has to keep. So a business could fail because it has a lot of stocks kept. A business could fail because it doesn't have enough stock to sell to customers. In the course of that, the customers start leaving. And the business could fail because it does not know the kind of stock it should keep. Mm-hmm. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Market conditions. When we talk about market conditions, we're talking about market dynamism. which means businesses are unable to predict consumers' behavior. And because we can't predict consumer behavior, it becomes difficult to sell to consumers. And as a business, you understand that the kingpin to the business is the customers. So if these customers are unpredictable, then the business is vulnerable. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Competition, we're talking about the strength and the success of your competitors. It is logical to say that the success of one business means a failure to another business.
Yeah.
So if you as a business, you succeed, or you succeeded as a business, it means your cost has been reduced. It means you have an increase in your market share. Mm-hmm. You might choose to reduce the price of your products. So when you reduce the price of the products, what about your competitors that are not successful as yours? They could close shop. Mm-hmm. Because they will lose a lot of customers because of your own success.
Yeah.
Is it clear? Is it clear, please?
Yes.
Economic. We're talking about the economic situation locally or globally. So this can also have an impact in the success of a business. If there is during recession, there's low aggregate demand. When there's low aggregate demand, the businesses will not earn revenue or make even profit. So businesses will not be able to survive it. Then they run into administration or they close down. Mm-hmm. Poor marketing. This could be as a result of using inappropriate pricing strategies when you don't know the kind of pricing strategy you are supposed to use. Maybe you are supposed to use cost plus pricing, you are trying to use price skimming. Maybe you are supposed to use price discrimination, you are using penetration pricing. So this could also affect the business. Is it clear? Yeah. The kind of advertisement you do can also affect a business. Yeah. Poor quality. What is quality? Quality means meeting customers' expectation. So as a business, if you are unable to meet your customers' expectation, trust me, you're going to lose them. And when you start losing your customers, when your customers don't return, then your business is going down. Yeah. So some businesses fail because they provide poor services or they produce poor goods. Is it clear?
Yes.
So we go to external causes of business failure. We have market condition, we have competition, economic, we have exchange rates. What else we have? We have interest rates, government legislation, suppliers' problem, and natural phenomena. Government regulation, yeah. We talked about that already. So what else do we have here? We have the exchange rates. So for exchange rate, when you talk about exchange rates, what does it imply? It implies to the value, the price of your currency against other currencies. Yeah. So when the exchange rate of this country increases, it means exports in this country will fall. And marginal businesses might go into administration. What are marginal businesses? These are businesses or these are firms that are into that business. They exist or they come into that business because of little profit that is in that industry. And they will exit that business when little market condition happens. We call them marginal firms or marginal businesses. Mm-hmm. So these kind of businesses, when the exchange rate increases, they're not going to have more sales in their exports. So they might leave the business. Do you understand what a marginal business is here? Yeah. A business that comes into the industry because of little profit and can easily leave the business. They leave the industry when there's little market situation. Yeah. Okay. Then we have the interest rate, the amount you pay on borrowing. So if the amount paid on borrowing increases, it means that businesses or firms might not be able to invest or borrow money. So if they can't borrow, then they won't be able to invest. So those businesses that would really want to invest so that they can grow might not be able to grow, and they fail. Is it clear? Yes. Government regulations. Sometimes changes in government legislation can lead to business failure. Government might come up with different policies that would limit the activities of businesses. Mm-hmm. Like maybe government cutting off subsidy, government increasing taxation. So if government does this, it could affect the activity of a business. And they might close shop. Is it clear? Mm-hmm. Natural disaster. things, natural disasters, tsunami, earthquake, these things can also disrupt business activity.
Yeah.
Suppliers problem. If your suppliers are not always on time, they don't come at the right time, they come up with different excuses.
Yeah.
This could also become a problem for you as a business, because you won't be able to have stocks that you are supposed to have at any point in time. So all these things are reasons why a business would fail.